Captree and welcome back to Repeat. I am still on day 9, this is the second part, and this is Owen's route. So if you saw the first episode, that I will try to do all the routes when they come out. Because he's going to be doing it one at a time, which I get it. Because that would just be way too much. Okay, let's see what other surprises come into play. What were they talking about? I feel like I'm missing a part of the conversation. Herschel must have noticed my inquisitive look, because his smirk widened, as if readying for a punchline. Cecil, he dumped you! Nobody dumps my boy without some pain. Wait, what? 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 Confusion. I walked between the two of them, my mind whizzing at this new information. No way, At this point, Cecil's face was glowing cherry red. Boss, we never dated! Then what would you like to call it? Friends with benefits? We were young and stupid, and that was years ago. Russia was practically wheezing with laughter, setting himself with one arm on the counter. Cecil retorted by smacking the back of his head with a tray. Ugh! You youngins are a riot. Oh, you're getting kicked out of this, aren't you? Jack, what are you looking at? Don't give me that look. Don't you have to go get back to Owen? But I could practically feel the heart of embarrassment radiate off of Cecil as he shoved me out the door. Out, out, out! By the time I got back to Dairy Street Park, the sun had begun to set, and the air began to chill. Ugh, I wish I could have jogged faster. Owen, you there? I jumped as a prone figure on the nearby park bench suddenly sat up and stretched. Yawn. Oh, Jack. What took you so long? Owen must have dozed off to sleep because his jacket was all wrinkled and slid halfway up his stomach. I caught myself staring and flushed before tearing my eyes away. Sorry. There were a few distractions. Anyway, I got us lunch. Dinner? Owen gave a playful shrug as I sat down next to him and passed him my lunch bag. It's pretty late, so dinner sounds about right. Oh, you brought dessert too. I heard you had a big sweet tooth. Owen was already wolfing down cookies like a savage. Hell yeah, I do! Who could resist the temptation of sweets? I'm sure Philip would say something along the lines, nonsense. Sugar's bad for you. I think it's only because cats can't taste sweetness. It's kind of sad, really. Is that true? I didn't know that. Meh. Whatever. More for me. Thanks for getting these, Jack. I filled with my own lunch/dinner as I watched Owen literally inhale his own. How the hell does he eat so much and manage to keep fit? Cecil's spoiling him. Oh, that's right. Cecil's the one that made these sweets for you. Owen suddenly froze mid-chew and stared at me with wide eyes. So, Cecil did? Why would he do that? He called you a jackass, but said you were still a good friend. Owen gulped down his mouthful of pastries and flushed pink. Cecil said that? Well, tell him I said thanks. Oh, come on, Owen. You can tell him yourself. I'm sure you two can patch things up and be best buds again. Owen pretended to wipe his mouth, but I could tell he was hiding a smile. Hopeful smile. My curiosity was almost irresistible at this rate. So, what's this stuff I heard about you and Cecil dating? Owen nearly choked on his food. He grabbed a water and gulped it down thoughtfully. We weren't dating exactly. I have Owen a nosy look that said, go on. Well, I think it was more of a relationship via convince, more than anything else. Definitely nothing romantic. We were just two lonely, love-starved idiots who clung on to whoever we had. Don't get me wrong. We are good friends back in the day too. Owen paused. It was a heavy unspoked, but hanging in the air. Then what happened? I got selfish. Owen finished off his food and began gulping down his water bottle. He avoiding my stare. Looks like that was all I was gonna get out of him from now. Well, for now. Other silence hung between us as I slowly finished off my sandwich. It was getting a bit awkward, really. At times like this, the best way to break the silence is with the blunt force approach. So, how was Cecil in bed? Water actually shot out of Owen's nose as he struggled to catch his breath from laughing. Where the hell did you get that from? Oh, well, where the hell did that come from? I sent him a sly grin. Hey, I was just generally curious. You seem to be an experienced kind of guy. Is this whole thing just a big ploy to ask if I'm available? Maybe. I'll leave that for you to decide. Yes, to both questions. Does it bother you that I've been with someone before? No, not really. You had a life before you met me, so I was kind of expecting it. Why? Are you going to propose me to me again? Who knows? I'll have to think of something more exciting than just shouting "marry me" to you, though. Enough about me. What about you, Jack? Owen elbowed me playfully with a wink. Any past exploits you want to tell me about? Well, oh my. Is someone rather inexperienced? If you want, I'd love to show you what I've learned on my experiences sometime. I don't think. My face was probably redder than the sunset above us as I tried to change the subject. One could only laugh with knowing look as hid my face behind my lunch bag. And you said I was experienced. Owen paused for a moment as he glanced around the park. Oh man, is it nighttime already? We've been chatting for a while, haven't we? Time really flies when you're having fun. Owen hopped off the park bench and helped me onto my feet. It's probably best if we head back to the dorms. I'd hate for Mrs. Closely to catch me past curfew again. About that. I'm gonna have somewhere private I need to go before heading back. Are you alright walking home alone? I'll be fine. You go on ahead. You sure? The city's not exactly the safest place after dark. Geez, thanks, Mom. I'm sure I'll manage. If you say so. I'll get going then. See you later, Jack. With that, Owen strolled down the park and disappeared from sight, leaving me alone in the darkening streets. I glanced around at my surroundings and shivered as the night air raked through my jacket. I didn't realize how creepy everything was after dark. I better get going. Turns out that my sense of direction died with the setting sun. I ended up walking in circles around the neighborhood and passed the same houses at least 3 times. Ugh, it's getting really late. The sudden downpour of rain and thunder certainly didn't help my mood. If this was a horror movie, I'd be dead by now. My heavy, wet clothes clung to my skin as I shivered my way through the streets again, glancing over my shoulder occasionally. Was it just my paranoia talking? Or was there someone following me? No. There's definitely someone behind me. A tall, intimidating someone that I couldn't quite make out in the dark. What? Was it a remnant again? Doesn't seem like it. The shadowy figure looked like it had arms. I gulped and began walking slightly faster. I was hit with the sudden realization that Haley's not here to protect me again, and Echo is in no shape to help. I'll be fine though. I can take care of myself, right? Pulling out my phone, I began scrolling through my contacts. I vaguely remember hearing someone that stalkers are less likely to attack someone in a conversation on the phone. Praying that this was true, I dialed Owen's number. Shit. No answer. Does Owen still have his phone turned off? How about Caesar or Philip? I gritted my teeth and increased my walking speed, looking nervously over my shoulder. Shit! Both my calls ended up in voicemail. The stalker began walking faster after me. What do I do? It was nothing. My hands clutching my phone tightly, I punched in a random number. It had the city's area code. It'd hopefully be someone nearby. I sighed and breathed relief as the call suddenly connected. I whispered desperately into the phone before the other person could even say a word. Please don't hang up. Wowee. I knew telemarketers had a bit bad, but this is some next level depression. Or desperation. Whoops. The voice was deep and sleepy, with a touch of playfulness. The man answering probably just woke up. I'm not a telemarketer. Listen, I know it's weird, but I'm a kid alone in the streets in the middle of the night, and there's some weird stalker following me. So I kind of panicked and punched in a random number. The man instantly sobered up, his voice turned serious. You alright, kid? Need me to call the police for you? No. I'm okay for now. The stalker hasn't made any moves yet, or anything. I don't exactly want to find out if he does, though. Could you just stay on the line for me? Talking to someone helps me calm my nerves. If you say so, kid. The name's Samuel, by the way. Hope you don't die, kid. Thanks. I'm Jack. You know, for a rich neighborhood, Dairy Street isn't really all that safe, is it? You're on Dairy Street? Yeah. Why? There was a suddenly bustling sounds on the other end of the phone. Hello? Samuel? Shit, don't hang up on me now. Lighting a rubber streak across the sky, illuminating the street of a split second. With an unexpected light, I managed to get a clear view of my stalker. Good news. It wasn't the remnant. Bad news. It was a guy wearing a ski mask. Oh shit, what the hell is Jason? Well, shit, that's usually not a good sign. Without a second thought, I hurtled down the street with the stalker hot on my wheels. Wait a minute. No mind. My heart was hammering against my chest as I could feel my pulse rapidly through my clenched fists. There's nowhere to run. All these rich-ass houses are fenced off and there's not another person in sight. Damn rich people in their fancy fenced asses. A door from a nearby house suddenly slammed open. A middle-aged man who furiously at me with one hand while the other pressed a phone against his ear. Kid! Jack! Get your ass over here! There was a mechanic deep at the house. House's fences unlocked, and several lights turned on. Well, at this point, I'll take what I can get. I raced through the open doors and dashed towards the van. He ushers me inside and blazed back out the door, searching for my pursuer. Stumbling through the door and into the safety of the house, not my I leaned against a wall in exhaustion. Behind me, Samuel stood by the door and peered into the street with gritted teeth. Damn bastard ran off. Shame. Wanted to wring his neck for going after a kid. Speaking of which, you doing okay? Huff. Huff. I'm a bit better. I struggled to catch my breath and take in my surroundings. It's a nice large house, but rather modest for something in a rich neighborhood. Everything's so damn clean though. Finally able to breathe normally, I turned around and faced Samuel. Thanks for saving my ass. No need for thanks. I don't think I could sleep at night if I left a kid on the streets with a creeper. What's wrong, kiddo? Cat got on your tongue? You're in your boxers. Sorry about that. You caught me at an awkward time. Samuel smirked as he shut the front door behind him. I usually sleep nude, but I figured I should make a decent first impression. What? What, you disappointed? Not at all. Okay, maybe I was lying. Just a little. Samuel was probably middle-aged. Probably in his late 30s or early 40s. But it definitely didn't show. He wore a rather rugged, boyish face that held a certain kind of charm to it. His body shared that charm too. Catching myself staring again, my face grew embarrassingly heated as I awkwardly looked out the window. The rain's coming down even harder, now with a harsh lightning streaking across the sky. I'd offered to give you a ride back home, but my car's busted at the moment. Samuel glanced at the dark, cloudy sky with a frown. It's not safe for you to be outside in this weather either. If you don't mind staying over at a stranger's house, you're welcome to spend the night here. I'm the only one living here at the moment, so there's plenty of room. That would be great. That would be great. Thank you so much, sir. Just call me Samuel. Sir just reminds me I'm getting old. Anywho, you're free to use the guest room upstairs. Make sure to call your parents or something and let them know you're here. I'll be in the room across from yours if you need anything. Thank you. My phone speakers nearly split open from Mrs. Closeley's worried shrieking. You were chased? Jack, are you hurt? Do you need me to call the police or at least give you a ride home? No. I'm fine, Miss Closeley. No need to worry. One of the neighbors found me and offered to let me stay for the night. You probably shouldn't be out in this weather anyhow. That is a relief. I'm just glad you're safe. I'm honestly surprised someone was generously enough to lend you shelter on Derry Street of all places. I'm with you on that note. This neighborhood doesn't seem like the friendliest place, to be honest. This man doesn't happen to be named Samuel Clark, does he? Yeah, he is. Do you know him from somewhere? Samuel was one of my students a very long time ago. God bless his kind heart. I'll sleep better at the night knowing you're in capable hands, Jack. Sam here. Sorry to call and wake you up so late at night. It is no trouble at all. There's also something else I'd like to inquire, Jack. Should I be concerned or flattered that when asked to call your parents for safety reasons, you chose to call me instead? I'll go with flattered. The phone was silent for a moment. I could almost imagine Mr. Closely giving me a reluctant nod. Alright. Just know that if you ever need someone to speak to, I will be here. Good night, Jack. I expect to see you in school tomorrow. Night. I clicked my phone shut inside. It feels weird being in someone else's home like this, but at least it's relatively safe. Samuel seems like a decent guy. I'm lucky I ran into him. You called? Samuel. Sorry I didn't see you there. It's fine. I can't blame you for being jumpy after what happened. Anyway, I figured you'd want to be dressed for bed, so I got you some clothes to borrow for the night. The shower's upstairs, too, if you want to clean up a bit before bed. Samuel handed me a neatly folded t-shirt and shorts. Wow, you think of everything. Thanks, man. I was surprised to find the clothes to be my size. They looked clean, but well used. Hey Samuel, do you have a kid or something? He spluttered in surprise for a moment. Me? With a kid? I kind of thought since you had these clothes. No, those belong to my employer's kid. I used to take care of him here in the house. Believe it or not, I'm actually a butler. This is Owen's butler. It has to be. What? What? I couldn't help but snort in disbelief. Samuel shot me an indignant look. You're a butler? You sure don't look the part. Jeez, what happened to him? That's true, they have an eye patch and everything. Aren't they supposed to be all refined and elegant? Hey, cut me some slack, kid. Nobody looks like anything when they're just in their boxers. Except hot, I thought inwardly. I must have said something out loud because Samuel suddenly smirked in amusement. I'll take that as a compliment, kiddo, but you're being young for me. My face was instantly dyed and heated red as I excused myself upstairs to get changed. I could use a cold shower too. I yawned long and hard as I stepped into the hallway. It must be past midnight by now. The bed in the guest room was comfy, and Samuel has been surprisingly welcome to me tonight, but I just couldn't fall asleep. There was something about this house that felt heavy with history. Or maybe it's just my paranoia talking again. Either way, it's a bit difficult to fall asleep with an unfamiliar roof above my head. Maybe a drink of water would help. I hope Samuel doesn't mind if I poke around a little. As I made my way towards the stairwell, my camera suddenly shuddered from where it hung around my neck. How is it still working from the way? That's surprising. This feeling, a cold chill ran down my spine. There's something in this house. Another wish, maybe? I could almost feel an unheard voice beckoning me to come closer. I might as well follow it. These kinds of ghostly things usually don't leave me alone if I ignore it. Gulping down my nervousness, I crept it down the hall and walked into the room where the voice was coming from. Oh my god. I know what this is. Okay, well, I'm gonna say why I know what this is. I went back, if you guys know, when I got Philip's charm, I could have talked to Philip or Owen, and I went back, and I got Owen's part of the thing, and he, like, when you get that, you take a picture of his origami, an orange origami, which was, well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I bet that one was to finish what he began, but it explains of why he has these in this home, probably, I'm guessing. I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but if you are playing this game, you should go back and see Owens, because this is probably what it is. And I'm just gonna say that it's sad. It is sad to see what it is. A gentle, cool breeze caressed my cheek as I walked into the room, stunned by the sudden spectacle of colors. For a moment, I forgot to breathe. This was beautiful. I stared wide-eyed at the hundreds upon hundreds of hand-folded paper cranes hanging throughout the room, each meticulously made with love and care. Someone obviously put a lot of time into making each bird perfectly. I made my way across the room and peered at the family portrait. It seemed like the game wanted to crash on me, so I had to quickly skip all the way over here again. So if I repeated myself, don't worry. It's just because it's the game rules. And I had to restart. I made my way across the room and peered at the family portrait hanging from the wall. In the front sat a middle-aged woman, her face painted with worry lines, but still radiating a kind of noble beauty. Beside her was a much younger Samuel. He looked almost as dedicated younger than he does now. A decade. Okay, whoops. The eye patch was still present on his face, and several fresh scars were present. But he still smiled proudly towards the camera. My eyes trailed down the photo to the last person. Wait, is that? There was no doubt. Stoke recognizable as a little toddler, Owen sat on his mother's lap and was absolutely beaming at the camera. He looks so bright and happy. I don't think I've ever seen him smile so genuinely in person before. My camera trembled coldly against my chest again, and I blinked. I took a step back and stared at the colors surrounding me, a creeping sense of dread gnawing at me. I didn't need to count, I just knew. There were exactly 99 paper cranes inside this room. Oh no. I wish that never came true. I nearly leapt out of my skin as the door behind me suddenly swung open, relieving a very pissed Samuel. Kid, I said you were welcome to stay here, but I said nothing about snooping around. Samuel, I'm sorry, I didn't mean... I shook my head confusedly and pointed at the family portrait. Never mind that. You're Owen's butler? Samuel's one good eye widened in surprise. Wait, you know Owen? Yeah, we're practically best friends at Gerania. Whatever. I can't believe I'm in his house right now. I yelled as Samuel grabbed me by the shoulder anxiously. You're friends with Owen too? How is he doing? Is he safe? Does the school treat him well? Despite being shaken like a rag doll for answers, I couldn't help but laugh. Samuel's obnoxious spluttering is sounding like an identical echo to Mrs. Closely's worried shouts earlier. Owen's fine. He's still a big, cheerful kid, and the teachers at Gerania treat him well for the most part. Samuel breathed a sigh of relief and finally let go of my shoulders. That's some good news, at least. I wish he'd at least call home or answer my messages. Owen hasn't come back to his house in almost 7 years. Does he ever mention his home life around you guys? I peered at Samuel curiously. It was clear as day he's worried as sick. Has he been tending to this house for the last 7 years too? That's a long time to spend all alone. Owen doesn't really mention his home much. He gets this sad look on his face whenever I bring it up. Oh. But, by the way, I don't mean to be nosy, but could you tell me what happened here? I'm a bit worried about Owen too. He's been really upset lately. Samuel sighed heavily and pulled out a chair, motioning me to sit down. It's a long story, kid, but I'll tell you. On one condition. What is it? Could you try and help me to get back in touch with Owen? He's been avoiding me for some time. I just wanted to know why. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I miss the little guy. He's the closest thing I ever had a family. No. I gave Samuel an earnest smile. I'll do my best. Thanks, kiddo. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Samuel sat back on his chair and sighed. Now where to start explaining? The beginning is usually a good place. Sounds about right. I started working for Owen's mother shortly before he was born. Her name was Heather Adali, the heiress of a rich, powerful family. You'd expect someone with her background to be a snooty and arrogant bitch, but Lady Adali was probably the kindest and most noble woman I've ever met. I'm proud to have been her butler. Anyway, Lady Adali married a man named Olinder Lorelei. A little before, oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. A little before I started working for her. Lorelei? Yeah, that asshole. Their marriage was short-lived. Lorelei divorced her shortly afterwards, and with some legal bullshitting, made off with half of her family fortune. A little after that, Owen was born. His father was never there for him growing up, but his mother loved him very much. They were as close as a mother and son could get. Owen grew up to be a really sweet kid. His mother worked hard to make sure he was happy, even without his father around. Of course, I was there too, as their loyal butler and bodyguard. You were a bodyguard too? Yeah. Owen was still technically a Lorelei, Someone had to make sure the local idiot didn't hurt him too bad. I think I did a pretty damn good job. Not a single scratch or scar on him that I know of. Samuel's tone suddenly turned quiet. Around the time Owen was 12, Lady Adele fell very ill. She died a few weeks later. Owen took her death pretty hard, even for a kid. After that, he told me he wanted to leave home for a while and went off to several boarding schools before settling down at Guyana. I've hardly seen a peep out of him since then. He hasn't come home at all? That's right. He never answered my calls or messages, and did his damn best to avoid me for the last few years. I know you took the death of his mother hard, but this is still his home, and I'm still his butler. Just remind him of that for me, will you? I'll do my best. Owen's been avoiding his home for almost 7 whole years. That sounds like more than simple mourning. There's definitely more going on than meets the eye. Just what is the family hiding? Okay, well that was day 9. And I can't wait for day 10 to be completed. Now, day 10 is 15% done. So, it is not finished right now. So, when it is finished, which I hope maybe next month, so we'll see. But I'll promise you that I will do it. And I'll make sure. But I'll tell you this now because I don't want you guys to be worried when I don't make videos for some reason. On the last week of August, I will be going to Texas. Going to Laredo. So if you don't see anything like for the last week or something, that means I'm over there just like doing stuff with my family. Because we usually go down there every year. So, but I'll try to make some videos over there. I'll try. I won't promise you that I will, but I'll try my damnedest to get there. But thank you for watching. If you're enjoying this, please like. And if you want to see more, please subscribe because I will be doing more. And oh my god, I just looked at the picture. Holy crap, that was freaking scary. There's like blood. I don't know. Don't want to go for it a little bit more. So I can't wait for day 10 to be completed, and I am gonna be absolutely playing. Okay, so thank you for watching again, and I'll see you maybe next time. Bye.